Please tell me that's for me. It's been so long since I've had a gift. I had a feeling it was. You know, I've been long overdue for an assassination attempt. Though, I have to say, I'm not particularly impressed with what I see. Maybe you could change my mind. I do have to remark, though, on the fact you are remarkably attractive for a human. It's been so long since I've seen anybody so cute. Yes. That's a very nice speech, but it isn't going to change the result of this battle. No. Battle, you see, isn't determined by theatrics or monologuing. It isn't determined by who has the greatest claim to victory. Battle is determined by your skill. Now, how about you demonstrate your skill, human? Perhaps I misjudged you and there's more capacitance within those tiny noodle arms of yours. Ooh, winding up and even walking back to get a running start. How impressive. Go for it, human. Kill this Naga and become the hero you were always meant to be. Yes, come to me now. Ow. That was all of your might condensed into one swing, wasn't it? Oh dear. I'm not judging you, human. I was just merely stating a fact. I'm going to state yet another fact and say that was remarkably anticlimactic. Perhaps you should try again, except this time relinquish your nerves and strike me with the purpose of a human attempting to kill a Naga. Probably the biggest, meanest Naga they've ever seen. Strike me as if your life depends on it because, well, technically, it does, doesn't it? Now go for it, human. Slay me. Show me what you've got. That one didn't even warrant a sympathetic ouch. In fact, I would go so far to say that was an enjoyable massage, but I have had better. Perhaps, if I may, you shouldn't envision me as a monstrous creature of gargantuan proportions and power. Perhaps you should minimalize me in your mind and see me as a common garden snake, opposed to a terrifying Naga. And then maybe try again. Oh dear, it would appear your sword has broken upon my scales. They have a nasty habit of doing that. But it shows you really were, going for it, shall we say. I guess this puts an end to our battle. I hope it wasn't too insulting the way I didn't move or, notably react to any of your, let's say, determined attacks. You did well, human. But, unfortunately, as I said, that puts an end to this. Take care. I'm sure you can find your way out of this cave, can't you? I shall be going back to my research. Am I going to kill you now? Why? Do you want me to? You'll have to tell me something, human. If you were to put your hand into the tank of a goldfish and that goldfish attempted to bite you with its lack of teeth, causing 0 damage, would you then kill them, or would you find it mildly amusing, cute even, and go about your day as if nothing happened? Because in retrospect, it didn't. No, I wouldn't say you're as threatening as a goldfish to me. That's not what I was saying. I was just merely using them as an analogy. No. That would be so insulting to goldfish kind. I would say you're more in line with a daffodil, perhaps a hydrangea, maybe a blade of grass in terms of offensive capability and in terms of damage you can inflict upon me. Now, thank you for this mildly amusing moment, but I must carry on, and I'm sure you need to go back and tell everybody about your harrowing battle with me. I'll be seeing you. Hey, you never know. Maybe the next time I do see you, you'll have upgraded from being as deadly as a houseplant to becoming as deadly as a goldfish. Now, wouldn't that be something? Was that not clear? I have no intention of killing you, human. It would be far more trouble than leaving you alive, so maybe you should relish in the fact your worth to me is diminutive and just go. I am not going to kill you. You want me to fight you with all I've got? After you just witnessed your sword shatter into a million pieces when it hit my scales hard enough, to which effect I didn't even flinch. You wish, knowing all of that, for me to fight you with all I've got. Darling, please think before you speak. Do us both that courtesy. What did you just call me? Did you just call me Slither Spawn? You know that's a very offensive term in the Naga community, and it's even more offensive coming from a creature of a different race. Now, that's upset me. I never intended to dishonor you, but I suppose you're right. I certainly did embarrass you, didn't I? Well, did I embarrass you, or did you embarrass yourself by attempting to fight a creature that is magnitude stronger than you? Well, seeing as though you were so rude to me, I guess I can oblige, but I won't fight you with all I've got. I will simply use my index finger and my thumb, and I will flick you once in the chest. No, I don't seek to humiliate you further. That's just a natural consequence of you being so weak, you see. If I attacked you with all I got, I'd make a mess in my home, and I don't want to do that. Now, the flick I promised. Did you see that, human? A remarkably mild flick, and you were flung across the cave, smashing into the wall. What on earth possessed you to come fight me? I don't think I'll ever know. Well, it's all over now, sweetie. Sleep well, human. Maybe I did that too hard. Shit. Ah, good. You're finally awake. You might wish to partake in that glass of water I prepared for you on your bedside. I find it gets dry in this part of the cave system. What happened? Oh, I'll get to that in a minute, for I imagine it will be quite a difficult conversation to have. For now, I'm just putting the finishing touches on... This belongs to you. It's your sword, idiot. You shattered it when you tried to kill me. My scales, they're harder than steel, you see, so naturally it caused your sword to become brittle and break. I do apologize. It's repaired now. Peace easily achieved is peace easily lost, unfortunately, and now the haze of sleep has worn off, it seems. Back to the battle. You realize I could have killed you at any given point during your sleep, yet I didn't. I took care of you, and I repaired your sword. Giving somebody a sword is not the action of an enemy. It is the action of somebody who doesn't wish to fight. Bear that in mind. I didn't kill you because, as I said, I had no intention of killing you. When I flicked you against the wall, my only intention was to scare you. But I ended up doing it a little too hard, and I knocked you unconscious, and I also gave you a concussion. Both of those ailments are now remedied. Don't worry, that concussion wasn't particularly bad, and there's no lasting damage or major trauma. You're fine. You wanted to fight, you gotta fight. I suppose I did sound cruel as you were falling unconscious, but my words were merely the result of that slur you called me. I don't like being called Slitherspawn. It's not something I enjoy. As you humans would say, you piss me off. Once you fell completely under, I immediately regretted my decision and I brought you back here, where I nursed you and made sure you were safe. I am not your friend, but I am far from your enemy, and I'm not going to let you suffer. I certainly wasn't going to let you die. It may seem innocuous to you, but it's not. The phrase Slitherspawn, it barely makes any sense. Don't get me wrong, but it's the meaning behind the word. And that word, to me, you know about the war, don't you? The Great War between the Nagas and the humans. The humans created that phrase, not as a petty insult, but as a way to undermine us as a people, to effectively mean less than, to undermine our consciousness, our love, our thoughts, and our existence. And I heard it screamed many times as my people were slaughtered by your people. And because of that, it carries a lot of weight in my mind, a lot of bad memories. So I don't like being called that name, not because the name itself upsets me, but because of what it means and what it means to me. So if you could, refrain from calling it me. I won't hurt you if you do, but you'll hurt me. And I feel as though that is a very unnecessary pursuit, given what I've just done for you. I helped you out because I felt sorry for you. Have you never felt empathy before, human? Have you never regretted hurting someone, especially if it wasn't your intention? Have you never wanted to make right a mistake? Because that's all that was. I made a mistake flicking you. And I'm sorry. To make up for that mistake, I made sure you were safe. You have a very narrow-minded view of Naga kind. I will concede many of my kind are warmongering psychopaths, and yes, to an extent, it is in our nature to be innately violent. But so humans. You're exactly the same. Your penchant for war is equal to, if not greater than ours. You're just as innately violent, and you're just as innately dangerous, yet we're the ones who are treated like animals because we're half snake. How unfair. After the Great War, many of my kind did exactly what I did. They retreated somewhere quiet, and they're living their lives happy, free, and safe. You won. That's the end of that. So just forget about it. And stop assuming we're all animals and resentful for the war. I don't blame you. The war was over 50 years ago, and I know for a fact you did not fight in it. So, no, I'm not the monster you perceive me to be. I have since relinquished my violent tendencies, and I do not wish to hurt anyone. I simply wish to be left alone. Speaking of which, how did you know where this cave system was? This isn't a particularly easy place to access, and it isn't well known. I see. So you paid an oracle to tell you where you could find a mighty creature to slay and finally become the hero you've always dreamed of. And they pointed you directly to me. You didn't realize I was a Naga, but you were going to fight me either way. I must say, it means so much that you gave me that information because I really need to bolster my magical defenses. Ugh, mages. Such nosy, inconsiderate creatures. Look, I'm sorry this adventure didn't help you become a hero. I'm sorry you couldn't slay me, and I'm sorry that I embarrassed you. But just a friendly piece of advice. Oracles, they are all full of shit. You pay them coin and they'll say whatever the fuck you want them to. Whatever the hell they think you want to hear. Right, they are novice mages with insight. They can see where things are. They can't see your destiny. They can't see what's going to happen if you do this. You just give them coin and they'll just tell you what you want to hear. If you really want to be a hero, then go out and help people. Don't slay creatures. Just do what it says a hero is in the dictionary. Somebody who saves people. I understand how you feel. I was like that at one point too. But you're never going to be a hero if you prioritize killing over protection. You've been free to leave the moment you got here. I'm far from your captor, though I must say, you are remarkably attractive for a human. I've always had a thing for humans. Even though during the war I fought against you, well, the heart wants what the heart wants, and I can be very possessive. So perhaps you should leave sooner rather than later before I decide to keep you. Did you just say thank you to me? And you're sorry? How unexpected. You're very welcome. Now, as I said before I change my mind, go. And before you do, you don't have to apologize. War, it's messy. I was a captain during the war. I was probably one of the most feared captains there is. As Nagas come and go, I'm probably one of the most dangerous. So your oracle was right in that regard. But I'm not a killer. And I'm not gonna hurt anybody because, as I said, I've relinquished my violence. And you don't need to apologize. You don't need to regret coming here. You need to know that we're not all bad. Not all Nagas are bad people. We're not monsters. We're not emotionless and conscienceless. We're just creatures. I'm not saying don't be on guard when you see a Naga. I'm just saying, just don't judge me. And yeah, you're welcome. You really are. Anytime. You're welcome for the advice as well. Look, I know you can be a great hero. I put money on it. You just need better training and better guidance. You need to understand that being a hero, it's selfless. It's not selfish. It's not about being the best or the strongest. It's just about being good. And I know you can achieve that. I promise you. You wish to ask me a question before you leave? Well, make it quick. You want me to do what? You want to do what with me? No, you can't stay here. And no, I'm not going to teach you to become a hero. What makes you think I'm equipped to teach you to become a hero? Where did this come from? That's true. I have been alive for a very long time, and in that time I have fought many battles and done many things, and yes, I have relinquished my violence to become more self-realized. I understand your logic in seeing that would make me the ideal teacher in teaching heroic philosophy. And yes, I guess I have demonstrated my offensive capability, so I could potentially teach you how to fight like a Naga, which would put you a cut above the rest of humanity. My god, your form earlier when you swung that sword, that was terrible. We'd certainly need to fix that. But no, I'm not a teacher. Yes, I have a lot of insight, and yes, I suppose I do understand what it means to truly be heroic, but I retired to this cave system to read, to become more self-realized, to meditate. I'm not interested in having a friend or somebody living with me. I did say you were attractive, that is true. But that's also a problem. I'm really possessive. If you agree to stay here with me, well, I want to make you mine. And I know that sounds really overly bold and romantic, but oh god, I would just hate to see you with somebody else. And that's just me knowing myself well enough, because as a Naga, being possessive is a trait of ours. So that would also be a problem, because what if things became romantic? And I mean, do you find Nagas attractive? Oh, you do? you didn't realise before, but now you do. Oh, wow, that was, unexpected, yet again. Okay. I mean, what will I get out of this? Besides, you being cute and attractive and me effectively getting to keep you. What do I get out of this for training you to become a hero? You'll take care of my cave? You haven't even seen the full extent of my cave. Here, follow me. Yeah, through this really big door. And no, that sure as shit wasn't a broom cupboard. This is the full extent of my cave. Multiple water pools, a field, and all the sunlight I could ever bask in. This is Sunlight Cave, and it's mine. Thanks to all the sunlight and the water, I'm able to grow food here and thrive here. It's completely self-sustaining. And it would be tremendously difficult for a human to take care of, unless you have experience farming. You do have experience farming. Okay. This is difficult. It's difficult because I'm running out of reasons as to why I shouldn't let you stay with me and have me help you become a true hero. But like I said, and this wasn't just a passing comment, I'm possessive. If I start to really enjoy your company, well, at the end of your training, you might need to beat me to have me let you go. Because part of the reason I'm here alone is because I feel emotions too deeply. I have trouble letting go. And your hero training could take months, if not years. So in that time, if I do start to fall for you, when you do leave to become a true, realised hero, I won't let you go. I want to keep you. And you'll have to beat me. Call it your final test. It doesn't matter how much you resist. It doesn't matter how little you want to hurt me. Sometimes being a hero means going against the ones we love. Because the ones we love might not be a hero. They might do bad things. So maybe that'll work out nicely. Yeah, I don't think I'm that lucky. Maybe you will want to stay with me forever. But I hardly doubt that. Okay. I cannot, for the life of me, believe I'm about to say this, but in return for you taking care of my farm and being okay with the fact that I might end up wanting to keep you forever, I suppose I can teach you to become the best hero. But before we make this pact, you understand the consequences of what might happen, correct? Don't give me your sword. Don't pledge your sword to me. Just understand. I'm going to teach you to think more holistically, to not be so narrow-minded, and to understand that acts like giving me your sword, and they really don't matter in the long run. The only thing that matters is results. To be the best hero, you have to know how the battle is going to unfold. And you have to know how everything is going to unfold. You can only get that through experience, but also through letting go and understanding situations for what they are, not what they could be or what you want them to be. So do you understand what this situation is? If you agree to stay here, if I agree to let you stay here and teach you. How unexpected, but pleasantly so. It feels wholesome to have such beauty enter my life. But I know for a fact, this won't last forever. And yes, by the way, you can call me master should you wish. I'm simply going to call you mine. That's because as of this moment, you are mine. And I'm gonna make damn sure I keep you until you're strong enough to escape. Yeah, final test. Right then, we should probably begin your training, shouldn't we? Let's start with stances and plan of attack. Because what happened earlier, though amusing, was rather embarrassing. Trust me, at the end of this, you will be a hero. I'll make damn sure of it.